ways out there to get the information. C-SPAN's a good one.
Is that how you find like the declassified government documents that you use to make your different documentaries and stuff?
Well, I'll tell you what. A lot of the time, for instance, when I was watching the 9/11 Commission reports and Eberhardt was talking about certain NORAD documents, yeah, I would go and I would say, okay, so what NORAD document is that? For instance, when I was talking about Amalgam Virgo and Fabled Enemies, I also had the hearings to coincide that they did bring up Amalgam Virgo. Richard Benveniste brought that up. So, yeah, a lot of the times that's the case. Or I'll go to 9/11 bloggers sometimes. I'll hit up GNN.TV. I'll go to HuffingtonPost.com. All these, smaller or mid-range, blog sites to see what mainstream articles they're linking to, see if they have a hot story. Sometimes they'll go to the Drudge Report, but I think that one's pretty overrated as well. Anything that gets on drugs usually hits the mainstream media anyway. So I'm looking for the raw news stories, and those are some great ways to do it. I thank you for the call, Dan. We're going to go to Seth, Eric, Steven, and others. 866-582-9933. It's the Infowarrior with Jason Bermas, PrisonPlanet.tv, TruthNews.us. Getting back to what an earlier caller was saying, she was a former pharmacist. I've been talking about this Ambien CR commercial and how the side effects are just so outwardly ridiculous. I can't even believe that this is a commercial. Now, I've looked all over the place on YouTube for this commercial. And this one, I think, was uploaded in the last month. And I have to apologize for the quality. It's somebody with their camera trying to tape it. But the audio is really what we want. We're going to play the clip right here. And ask yourself, is this a drug you want to put into your body? Hit the clip, Jaron.
Hallucinations may occur. Don't take it with alcohol, as it may increase these behaviors. Allergic reactions such as shortness of breath.
Wait, bring it all the way back, because obviously this one, this comes in. Bring it all the way back, and we'll jack the volume up. This is coming in midway. This is when they start going through the side effects. This is basically just 32 seconds of ridiculous side effects. I mean, listen closely, because the audio is not the best on this, folks. Go ahead.
And hallucinations may occur. Don't take it with alcohol, as it may increase these behaviors. Allergic reactions such as shortness of breath, swelling of the tongue and throat may occur, and in rare cases may be fatal. Side effects may include next-day drowsiness, dizziness, and headache. In patients with depression or worsening of depression, including risk of suicide, may occur. If you say suicide? Behaviors and reactions, contact your doctor immediately. Wake up ready for your day. Ask your healthcare provider for 2-layer Ambien CR.
All right, so that's it. She even misses about half of the side effects. The one that they said with alcohol was aggressiveness and outgoingness. Again, almost the entire commercial is these side effects of a sleep drug. Here's the secret to more sleep. A lot of people out there, they don't want to listen to this. You want to know how you get some sleep? Exercise! Get off your fat ass and do something. I guarantee you're going to sleep like a baby if you run a mile beforehand. Don't cry to me, Argentina, that you can't sleep. It's in your head. Exercise. I know there's that classic scene in Fight Club in the very beginning where he's asking the doc how he can overcome his insomnia, and he's like, eat some more wheat root and get some exercise. There's no reason that you should be having the insomnia. He was right. Okay, if you can't sleep, Ambien CR is not the answer. The Jogmaster might be the answer. Hit the dumbbells. Hit the weights. Get with it. Take care of your body. It's about body, mind, and soul out there, folks. If you're not a healthy person, you're not going to be a happy person. If you're not a happy person, you usually take the negative route and you can't do anything and you become more and more powerless. So forget about Ambien CR. Say hello to a run, or there's so many, some push-ups, some sit-ups. What a novel idea. Break a sweat. You'll sleep it off, I promise you. Seth in New York, you're on the line. What's up, Seth?
Hey, Jason Bermas. Wow, what an inspirational monologue. Can you hear me?
Yes,
no,
sir.
Seriously, I cannot run if I can't run even if I'm being chased, and I can't do push-ups. My arms are like noodles, but I ride my bicycle almost every day. I live in Brooklyn, and on Memorial Day, I think I was witness to an act of martial law on the streets of New York City.
Well, let's hear about it.
Well, I was riding my bicycle over the Brooklyn Bridge into Manhattan, and I crossed over and I got onto the path that runs up the west side along the Hudson River. And it goes along this portion in around Midtown over on the west side, obviously, and that's where they have the Intrepid Museum.
Okay.
For all your listeners who don't really know the geography of New York City, of Manhattan, it's sort of like a tapered cigar. It just goes like sort of straight north.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a path that goes up along the west side, along the river,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a portion of it that houses the Intrepid Museum. Now, on Memorial Day, there was at least one naval ship docked alongside of it. There's
Mm-hmm.
also a number of other ports for cruise ships and whatnot. And as I rode by on my bicycle, I noticed that there were fully armored troops guarding the streets.
Well, you're seeing that more and more in New York City. I mean,
City.
it started out in the subways after 9/11, and it's worked its way. What's that?
Jason, these were Navy troops. I stopped and talked to them.
No, that's what I'm saying. You've seen military. It's not just militarized police, my man. It's members of the National Guard, members of the Marines, members of the Army, and they always try to use these public events as an excuse to pull more martial law. We'll be back after this. It's the Info Warrior.